question 5, they ask us to solve the value of x from negative pi to pi. Okay, we have two, which is number 1 is sin to x equal to cos x, and number 2 cos to x plus pi over 3 equal 1 over 2. So this one we will go through the number 1 first, yeah. Okay, here we have sin to x equal to cos x. So here when we want to solve this kind of question, when they mention solve, so that means we have to find the value of x. So how to solve sin to x equal to cos x? So if you see we have sin to x, right? So this is actually can use the identity, which is we have sin to a equal to 2 sin a cos a. So we can convert sin to x here using the identity here, which is we're gonna get 2 sin x cos x equal to cos x. Now what you have to do is you bring cos x at the right side, bring it to the left side, then you're gonna get 2 sin x cos x minus cos x equal to 0. And then you see here we have the same thing inside each of the term, which is cos x. Okay, so you bring outside, factorize it. So you're gonna get here, because you bring cos x outside, you're gonna get 2 sin x minus with here, since you take out or you factorize cos x and then put it outside, then inside you're gonna have 1 equal to 0. Now you have like this, then you separate them, become cos x equal to 0, 2 sin x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, now we settle cos x first. Then using the unit circle that we learned in the class last time, actually cos x equal to 0, if you remember, okay, cos x is equal to 0. When you find the value of x, you will get equal to 90 degree. Okay, if we have the unit circle here, right, this one unit, here you have 1 0, this one 0 1, this one negative 1 0, this one you have you have 0 negative 1. So remember that cos x is actually the y component, cos x, it is cos x sin x. So cos x is actually the x component, so you just have to check where is the value of cos x when it is equal to 0, which is here and also here. So it is at 90 degree, okay, and it is also at 270 degree. So that's why here I put 90 degree and another one equal to 270 degree. Okay, so this one I remove. Okay, then the next one, okay, remember since we have our interval is negative pi until x, not until pi, so by right the value of x is pi over 2, okay, then negative pi over 2. Okay, now the next one here we have is 2 sin x minus 1 equal to 0. So you already settled for cos x, find the value of x. Oh, sorry. Then now we will have to settle to sin x minus 1 equal to 0. So you bring 1 to that side, you're going to get 2 sin x equal to 1. Here you get sin x equal to 1 over 2. Now if you see here, right, the value of 1 over 2 is positive. So we can use the quadrant, okay. We use the trigonometric quadrant diagram. We know that the first quadrant here, all trigonometry is positive. Here only sine is positive. On the third quadrant is tangent will be positive. On the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So 1 over 2 is positive value, right? So our expectation right now, it's either, okay, it's not expectation. So by right, from this quadrant, your x will be either at the first quadrant or either at the second quadrant, which is here and here. Okay, so how to get the value of x? Okay, this value of x, you can use inverse metric. So you can find the value of x using sine inverse 1 over 2, which is you gonna get equal to 30 degree. Okay, where is this 30 degree? 30 degree is actually at x here, 30 degree. Okay, another one that we have to find also is that the angle starting from x-axis until this guy. So how to get this? Since we know that this one is 30 degree, by right this side also 30 degree. Okay, so by right, if we already know that this side is 30 degrees, starting from here until here, it is 180 minus 30 degree, where you're going to get 150 degree. Okay, so another answer here will be 150 degree. Okay, so you can change this to a radian. Okay, since the previous value of x we have radian, right? So by right, your x here will become pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6. Okay, why we still accept 5 pi over 6? Because it's still under negative pi until pi. It doesn't exceed this interval. So right now we combine this value of x and this value of x. So you will get x is equal to negative pi over 2, pi over 6, pi over 2, and 5 pi over 6. If you don't want to arrange, we still allow lah, because it's still, you list down all of the value. Okay, alright, so we go through the next question. Okay, now we proceed to the next question, where we have cos 2x plus pi over 3 equal to 1 over 2. Okay, now we know that this is cos, right? So now we have to do the standard cos value first. Instead of you terus straight away you find the value of x for cos 2x plus pi over 3, first you use the standard cos value. By right, instead of use 2x plus pi over 3, just use x first. Okay, so we use standard cos value, a basic cos first, which is we put cos x equal to 1 over 2. Okay, for cos x 1 over 2, using the table or the trigonometric quadrant just now, okay, we know that first quadrant all is positive, second quadrant is sine positive, third quadrant tangent positive, the fourth quadrant cos is positive. Right now our cos x is equal to 1 over 2, where it is positive, right? So it could be at the first quadrant here and at the fourth quadrant. Okay, so you can find the value of x here. So how to find the value of x? You just use the cos x equal to 1 over 2, then find the value of x by using cos inverse, and then here you're gonna get equal to pi over 3. Where is pi over 3 actually? Here, inside this, pi over 3. But then the angle that we want is, the first one is at the first quadrant, this guy, because starting from x-axis to this, so we got already pi over 3. Another one is starting from the x-axis until the last one here. Okay, so how to find this value? Because the angle that we have at this part is pi over 3, right? So to find the value of x starting from the horizontal axis to the angle here, to the line that you have here, okay, you use, because one rotation is 2 pi, right? So 2 pi minus with pi over 3, then you're gonna get equal to 5 pi over 3. So another value of x that you have here is 5 pi over 3. Now you have two value, but then since this value, if you see here, right, so by right you gonna do two interval. I forgot, easy to say is you will use pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3 to find the value of x. So you have two side right now. Okay, so now next one we will go through. So in order for us to find the value of x, because right now our angle for cos is 2x plus pi over 3, and if you see here we have 2x. This 2x, you actually, from 2x you will get number of cycle, correct? So from number of cycle you can find period, now the period in one rotation. Okay, so usually for one full rotation is 2 pi. Since we have number of cycle is 2, then you divide by 2. So the period for this question is equal to pi. Okay, there is use for this pi later on, this value of period later on. Okay, so the first step in order for you to find x is you take the angle here, which is 2x plus pi over 3 equal to, okay, what value that we're going to use, which is equal to this guy, pi over 3. Okay, another one, you take 2x plus pi over 3 is equal to 5 pi over 3. Okay, because this is the value of x bar. Okay, so now we proceed to this one. So you can move pi over 3 to that side first, to the right side. Then here you're going to get 2x equal to pi over 3 minus pi over 3 should be 0 lah. Then x is equal to 0. So from this, okay, the step that you have to do is, remember, once you get the period here, after you get the value of x, you have to remember that you have to plus and minus the period that you got, which is you have to plus and minus pi. So the first value of this one, I move first. So the first value of x that you have originally is 0. Another one is 0 plus pi, where you got pi. Another one is 0 minus with pi, where you have negative pi. So since your interval is negative pi until pi, okay, value of x here we can accept because it's still under this interval. Pi is still under negative pi until pi. Negative pi also under this interval that is provided. So we're going to accept these three value of x. Okay, now we proceed to the next one, which is we have 2x plus 3 and 2x plus pi over 3 equal to 5 pi over 3. So here, move first pi over 3 to the left side, then you're gonna get 5 pi over 3 plus minus with pi over 3. Then here you're gonna get 4 pi over 3. And here you have 2x, right? So the value of x is 4 pi divided by 3 divided with 2. Then you're gonna get equal to 2 pi over 3. So this is the value of pi. Now, remember, we have to plus minus pi. So, right now, the first value of your x is 2 pi over 3. Another one is x is equal to 2 pi over 3 plus with pi, where you're going to get 5 pi over 3. Another one is 2 pi over 3 minus with pi, where you're going to get negative pi over 3. So here you have to check, because our interval is negative pi less than x less than pi. So you have to check. X is equal to 2 pi over 3. Is it inside the interval? Yes, it is inside the interval. And then here we have 5 pi over 3. Is it inside the interval? No, it is outside the interval. So we cannot accept this one, because we only will accept the one that is inside this interval. The next one is we have negative pi over 3. Is it inside this interval? Yes, it is inside this interval. So here you can accept this value of x. So right now you have 5 value of x. So you list down every value of x which is equal to negative pi over 3, negative pi, 0 to pi over 3, pi. So like that lor for this question. Okay, thank you.